1 2 1 2, and we seem to be back to any degree. I will not repeat what I have just said while the stream's been off, but I can assure you there was a bit of swearing involved. Yes, long story short, I've got an overclock on my memory, and I thought, well, 32,000's not going to work it, so we'll go with 30,000. We'll go with 3,200's not going to work it for the frequency, so we'll go to 3,000. Was it 30,000 or 3,000 or 3,000? That's the number, or whatever. It's whatever I'm running my RAM at the overclock on, but it's still locking up. So it's either a faulty RAM module or the overclocks. It's not very good silicon, and the overclock, yeah, 31,000 megahertz is running it at the minute. That's not what I told it to do. Oh well, oh no, it is what I told it to do. I told it to run. Oh. Okay, it's running a bit faster than I remember. Okay, no, I remember setting it that. Yes, no, overclocking trick. You start high and... No, well, you start... Sort of, you kind of start with a thing and then you can turn everything down in terms of voltage. So what I've done is I've turned the frequency down, at which then I've stepped the voltage up to 1.3 watt, 3 volts, or watts, I think it's 1.3 watts. To see if that runs stable. It evidently doesn't because the PC locked up, so I've now upped that to 1.4 volts, so hopefully working with a slightly slower frequency speed on the RAM and a slightly higher amount of voltage going to it's going to stable out the stability, but who knows? And while I am actually here, you can hear me, right? Yes, no, microphone, I remembered to turn the microphone on this time, so that's good. So while I continue waffling about something that should be better explained in a Linus Tech Tips video, unless he's been cancelled yet, is, yes, memory overclocking. Should I just leave it running at stock speed? I could, but considering I've got a 3200 frequency kit, and I paid money for it, I expect my full capacity from it, but apparently I'm not allowed that. No good shiny shinies for Ezio. I'm not annoyed. You're annoyed. Okay, I might be slightly annoyed. Anyway, let's see if the system runs stable now. Yes, my friends. Where were we? We were in the middle of a mahjong game. And I'm going to have 2 streams to edit in terms of things now, aren't I? Yay. Oh, well. Wait. Yep, no, okay. For a minute there, I thought the PC had locked up again. Alright, where were we? I was in the midst of trying to figure out why I was doing this hand. So, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's fine. That's up her. 2, 5, 6, 5, 7, 8. That doesn't work. 2, 3, 5, 5, 6, 7. Get rid of that too. Why not? That's 9. Don't need that. And we've only got 11. Yeah, there's not many tiles left. I don't think I'm going to win this. Not unless a miracle happens and I get some more. That doesn't work either. 3, 4, 5. Jordan Bennett. Is it really a good stream if it doesn't involve some technical difficulties? Oh hey, Mahjong Simulator. Hail Hoodlum, and I'd prefer if I didn't have the technical difficulties, Stray, but I mean, yeah, fair point. I mean, fair point. At least this time I actually knew what was going on. Now, you see, if I was smart, I would have then turned the overclock off and just gone back to stock. However, there is only one time my computer loses stability with the RAM, and that's when I'm streaming. Works fine every other time. So either it's something with OBS, or it's something with the memory frequency on my RAM kit. If it crashes again, I then knock it down to 3,000 megahertz and, I don't know, leave the voltage at 1.4, or I might turn it down. Don't know, I could try undervolting the RAM, but I have no idea if that's going to make any difference. I might look that up later, actually. Right. Oh, I'll just get rid of that then. Oh, the points, the points. How much RAM you got? 32 gig of RAM. 32 gigabytes of Kingston Rampage, Fury Rampage, RGB, because that was the only one available. No point me getting RGB, considering my computer is, I can't see in the side of the computer. I've got a window in the side of the computer, but where the computer lives is against the side of my desk where I can't see any of the shiny light, which is a bit annoying. But yes. Right, okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Okay, if we can get a 7, that'd work. It's screwing up. Oof. Well, yeah, it is a big oof because with RAM, it's really awkward to try and troubleshoot. The only way I could do it is if I set up a test bench. I've got a test bench, and I did have the component. No, I've still got components that I could build a test bench. That's a 7, right? I could rebuild my test bench, but then I would. Oh no, actually, I don't have any motherboard. I don't have a motherboard that's compatible with DDR4. My old motherboard's DDR3, I think. The long and the short of it is, I'd have to take each module, each RAM stick. I'd have to plug it into the motherboard, run a stress test on it for say 24 to 48 hours, and see if it fails. If it doesn't fail, then I move to the next RAM stick, and then the next one, and then the next one. So we're talking about a week straight of testing in order to find a fault with a single RAM module, which is a real pain in the ass. So technically it's easier for me to just try and find a sweet spot in terms of getting the speeds where I kind of speeds up higher than stock without it crashing. But I don't know, if all else fails, I just knock it down, just back to stock speed. Is it brilliant? No, but it'll have to do. Done, Bennett. I don't know what DDR is. DDR is the name given to basically the RAM generations. But with each generation, you get better performance. You get better ways the chips work, faster speeds, more power efficiency. But to ensure that you don't have a DDR, as I say, a second generation, try and stuff a second generation RAM stick into a fourth generation socket. They moved there's a little notch in the RAM stick that's somewhere in the middle between you've got the pins, and then there's like a little notch, and then the rest of the pins. And they moved that, so I can't stuff a DDR4 stick in an old motherboard, or in an incompatible motherboard, or a DDR2 stick into my current motherboard, because they're not compatible, because of the way the architecture works, and the traces, the wires that connect the RAM to the CPU, which is the processor, and all sorts of wizardry. Hey, last minute continue. Welcome. Captain. I've not done the mash of my voice yet. DDR5, I think. I don't know what my DDR is. Oh, sorry, I misread that. Well, you've just had a lesson on what DDR is. DDR5. Fair enough, the latest generation then. I'm still running a bit behind on my RAM, but that's fine because I'm in no particular rush to. If I upgrade to DD, I mean, it has crossed my mind to start upgrading the computer, but here's the kicker: if I try and upgrade, I'll go get rid of that 7. If I try and upgrade my RAM, to upgrade my RAM, I'd need a new motherboard. If I get a new motherboard, I might as well get a new. I wouldn't mind upgrading my processor to 12th gen. But to do that, I'd need to get a new motherboard because the socket's changed, so then I'd have to get new RAM, and it's the same with the graphics card. The 3080s are going quite cheap now, but if I want to get a 30 series GPU, then I'd have to upgrade my processor, otherwise my current processor would bottleneck the new graphics card, which means a new motherboard, and then I'd need new RAM, because I could possibly need new RAM. If I was replacing the motherboard, I'd probably sling the current set and just get some fresh stuff anyway, but yeah, it all gets very expensive very quickly. So for the moment, I'm just keeping my system working. Also, the 7900K i7 I've got, it does the job. It holds steady. It's still a pretty strong workhorse. It's not redundant by any means, so I'll just stick with that for the time being. Can't you just borrow parts from work? Oh, hoodlum, you underestimate how IT in industry works. Oh no. We buy all pre-built systems from HP, who use proprietary motherboards. And I could possibly borrow a motherboard, but I don't think any of it's DDR4 compatible, unless it's one of the gaming PCs, in which case I'm not going to get one of those out of the building anytime soon. You need a new power supply first. Nope, I've got a fine power supply. I mean, yeah, they are power hungry, but I'm running a kilowatt power supply from Seasonic, who are just legends in the industry anyway for the reliability of their power supplies. So I'm okay on that front. It's a 9, 6, 7, okay, I read that. So I could potentially, I don't need to replace the power supply anytime soon. Don't need to really replace the case unless it's just a case that I can't fit anything in. Oh bollocks. SSDs, all my discs are fine. It's just the core of the system that I'd have to go through the hoops of replacing everything, and it's just, is there any reason at the minute? Pretty much not. Most of my streams are either done on the PC, or most of the games I want to play, they're fine on my current generation of hardware, and most of the stuff I'm doing anyway is on the PlayStation or the Switch, so it's alright. Greetings from LMC, Living Room from Kevin, Double Cross, and a Scottish refugee in TA Black. And oh, last minute continue crew. Welcome. Welcome to an IT lesson. Welcome to Ezio Tech Tips, ladies and gentlemen. Right, B466, that's our pair. Marvellous. Right, we can get rid of the south winds. I suppose it beats me talking about Mahjong in a nonsensical manner at any rate. I underestimated the IT industry. Well, yeah, I mean, even when I was in industry, yeah, I'll get rid of that. When I was in industry, it was a case that I... Reach, yes, reach! When I was in industry, it was worse. By the time I left my previous employ, I was basically trying to keep the PCs alive with blood sacrifice, because they wanted to move to something called iGels, the German word for hedgehog. The others can probably pronounce it better than me. So the problem is they didn't work properly, so we had to keep the old workstations going, which meant that I spent pretty much most of my days in one of the switch rooms fixing computers just to try and keep them alive long enough to roll out to another member of staff. It was not fun. I even complained at the... Cool, we're back in the game. Ish? Maybe. No, we're in third, but we're getting there. The chief finance officer was the one, the CFO was the one who did my exit interview. So yeah, I basically told him that it's stupid that nobody's putting any money into the infrastructure, and it's all crumbling around us. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a tech. I mean, when most of the government-run systems are still on XP or older, it's an issue. Not so much now, but I get what you mean. With the WannaCry hacks of the NHS, it was all a bunch of systems running on Windows XP. They have upgraded it now, but yeah, it was not fun. I can assure you where I work, it's not running on Windows XP. Mainly because I've got to know the cybersecurity manager on more than one occasion, and he's the sort of man who would not abide by something that old running on his network. So that's an upside. 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9, 7, no, oh no, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6, 3. Ooh, we've got a nice hand. So long as I don't screw it up. 3, 4, 5. 3, 5, 8, 9. 1, 2. Get rid of that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need a pair as well, don't I? Okay. 7, 8, 9, yeah. Oh, get rid of that, I suppose. So that's 2 3s and a 4 and a 5, so I suppose that can kind of work. I need that 7. It should not have to take a hack for them to upgrade the systems. It shouldn't. In an ideal world, it shouldn't. But then but the problem is that the people who write the checks aren't computer savvy most of the time, so they just go, well, what's wrong? We need to upgrade this system. Well, what's wrong with it? Why, it still works, just keep using it. Well, no, it's out of date. It still works, doesn't it? Well, yes, but... So, it's a mess. Unless you're working in a properly high-tech sort of place, then... Oh, even in a high-tech sort of place, you'll still run into idiots who say, oh, no, it's still good enough. Just patch it. Oh, yeah, okay, I'll just patch it. Why not? Virgin Media. I know from an inside source that basically there's a sort of card that they use in the telephonic side of things for connecting all the signals. I'll get back to this game in a minute. For connecting all the signals. But Cisco, who make them, I think it's Cisco, they haven't made them for 20 years. And a few years ago, they stopped even repairing them. So yeah, they could rip everything out and replace it, but it's not viable as it stands, too expensive. So they literally have a team of about 3 people doing board repair in a conveyor belt system just on these cards, so they can keep the system going. It's insane, and you'll find that everywhere. It's not just in that. It's not just in telecoms. You'll find it, or in the NHS. You'll find it in universities. You find it in industry. You find this sort of nonsense everywhere, because computers are expensive, especially in bulk. The only way around it is if you work via purely in the data centers. So you just always run hosted systems in a data center, because the hardware on the other end is always going to be up and running. Use something like a thin client, like an iGel. I think it's called Eagle, and it does the things, and it's all well and truly, and it's all good and done. But there you go. I can't imagine the mess Whitehall is in computer-wise. Well, considering the Houses of Parliament were crumbling, I'm pretty certain it's a mess. Right, 3, 4, 5. I don't know what I'm doing here. Look at that too. That. 3. No, can't do anything with that. I think this is another dead hand, isn't it? 2. Okay. 5. Get rid of that. Oh, come on! Right. Where is my luck this evening? Careful. Earn a total of 10 million. Well, that's alright, but it's not really what I was looking for. I mean, the PM did have millions of people's data in an Excel spreadsheet. Yeah, that's not terrifying in the slightest. Hello. Can I enter the Roaring Dragon Battle Royale now? I have 12 plus points! Woo! Go me! Congrats! You're qualified for the Battle Royale! All you have to do now is pay the participation fee and you're ready to rumble! First, if you finish between 2nd and 4th place, your participation fee will go down the drain. Disappointing, I know. But if you somehow beat our champions, you'll net a pretty hefty profit. So, what'll it be? Do you wish to take on the Roaring Dragon Battle Royale? Yes. Sure. Oh, sure. Let's see what it's about. Great. Here is all the fee and ready to roll, Teletubbies. Here we go. Good luck, you'll need it. Yes, I'm just going to quickly just kiss this magical good luck charm, and now we're ready to go.
軽くひねってやろう。
One, 9, 1, 9, 1, 9. East, south, west, north. Dragon, dragon, dragon. 1. Oh.
少しはできるようだな。
Bye bye.
憲法純正国士トリプルヤクマン。
Wait, is Mahjong over? Is it finally over? Well, unless I feel a particular need to go back and play some Mahjong. Yeah. Oh, no, it might not be. No, I think I've still got to do a few more for completion points. But for the moment, we have now done all of the Mahjong tables. There we go. Huzzah! You've won the Roaring Dragon Battle Royale. You have obtained 200,000 yen as a reward. Awesome! Congratulations on your first place finish. Now you've won. You can take on the Roaring Dragon Battle Royale anytime you want. No need to rack up points. Yeah, considering I've used up all the peerless tiles in the game, I don't think so. Not unless I'm particularly masochistic. Mini games. Mahjong. Mahjong, 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 mahjong. Yeah, there we go. Go out with Ron or Sumo 30 times. So 7, 8. We need to play at least one more game and win 3 more hands. Which we won't do at the minute because we've spent long enough with me ranting and raving about computer hardware as we've played Mahjong. So we will go and do something else. How about some bouncer missions where I can actually just run around and punch people in the face? Don't start me on the NHS systems. Don't worry, I don't need to... You're preaching to the choir on that one. Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing either. Oh, no, that's not the store I need to go to. I wonder, is there a special heat action for in here? Ow. Well, his head just exploded. I mean, not dead, by the way. He just microwaved a man's head. Never killed a man. Unless it's not a microwave and it's an electric oven, in which case I suppose that's... I don't know. Huh? Oh, I don't know who said that, but whatever. I don't know what restaurants I've finished. Right, completion list. I assume the Camarocho ones are at the top. So, complete all Inari steak. Jalak we need to finish. Osaka King, well that's going to be Sotenbore. Zubaroya. Gyukyuk and Kakandigada. Okay, what are you? No. Burger done. Smile burger we've done. Sushi Zama. No, I think we've done that. Bantam we've done. Aridima. Inari steak. Okay, let's go this way then. What? Who? What? T8. No, it's fine. It's fine. He survived. His head didn't explode. Nothing happened. Nothing bad or at all happens in this game. Sorry, I'm borrowing this stool. As I said, East Coast English. Oh, hi Ezio. Hail Nintendo. Yeah, I'm gonna try not to swear here. Oh, why the flipping hailer is it's so hot as it is hot as spheres at the minute. Hot weather. I mean, yeah, for one, I'm sorry if the light bounces off, by the way. I've got the curtains undrawn at the minute just to give me some ventilation in this room. Global warming is the answer to that one, I believe. As Kev quite eloquently put it, indeed. Also, hail wait, what? Oh, hail the random genius! Welcome to the stream, welcome to the channel. No, that's the raid welcome. Welcome to the... I've forgotten my own follow intro now. My brain's short-circuited, I'll blame the heat. This is next to me in the living room. The Random Genius, thank you very much for the follow and welcome to our little band of Travelers Samurai. Much appreciated. There we go, I got it in the end. Also, cheers, Skelepuppy, welcome. Blimey. It's busy this evening. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was looking for a steak restaurant. And then after the steak restaurant, I suppose we'll go and venture to the catfight club. I mean, to the bartender, to the bouncer missions, and then do other things. He's very nice. Wait a minute. I'm curious. Okay, right. Ow. There we go. Oh, dude. Can I not do this? No. Ow. I can't pick up the electrical boxes anymore. There's a motorcycle here. That'll do. Motorcycles are far too fragile nowadays. A dangerous fellow. Hey, how's it hanging in Kamurocho? During your absence, some dangerous dudes have drifted into town. Take this Yakuza, for instance. They call him Nutjob Natagiri. Okay. He ain't no mad dog of Shimoya. Of Sotenbora, of Shimono. He may speak with a silver tongue, but gets his bad side, and he'll let his fists do the talking, and the rest to the walking. Just so you know, he's in front of West Park. Handle your business, Kiryu-san. Where's West Park? There's West Park. Oh, okay. Steak restaurant, then Mr. Silvertongue, Nutjob, whatever his name is, and then many other things. Hello. And that, and that, and that, and that, and soup. And I will come back for the salad later. Come on. And whatever the one you say after the meal, because I forget. There we go. Okay, no bonus. Oh yeah, I need to do all the meal combinations as well, which is I have no idea what I'm doing with the meal combinations. I suppose I'll use a guide for that one. Hold on. This looks like a nice bicycle. Hey, have you seen my bicycle? It's a very nice bicycle. Oh! Well, he's gonna leave a mark. Oh, he's got a hammer. Hello. Bye. There we go. Problem solved. And nobody was hurt, and that's the important lesson of Christmas. If you finish the restaurants, you will finish the combos. No. I don't think so. I'm not I can't eat everything in one go. The only way I could do that is if I unlock another stomach perk that allows me to eat everything in a restaurant. You do realize you're stood out in the open with a meat cleaver, right? The police will argue with you. Also, how does he look like? Okay, right, well, they said he had a silver tongue. At last, I find the infamous Kazuma Kiryu. I must admit, you handled yourself with such grace. It was quite entertaining, but have you considered that you might be going just a tiny bit overboard, good sir? Now, Kiryu-san, we are both adults here, so why don't we just talk this one out? Do you happen to have a minute or two? Do you really plan on just talking this out? Actually, I haven't planned on talking from the start. In fact, I'm sending you on a one-way trip to hell with this fancy rusted meat cleaver I've been holding this entire time. Now die! Okay. Okay, can you stop that, please?